Всім привіт! Продовжуємо проходити Payne 3. До речі, він там не був в сорочці. Так, ми зупинились на цьому. Угу.
Atirando! Vai em frente! Eu te dou guarida!
Розстрілюємо продажних копів.
I knew nothing resembling good times lay beyond that gate, but I was gonna have to face the music sooner or later.
Якісь докази тут щось буде. Знайдемо. Бачу дуже багато грошей. Щось шукають.
Special Forces painkillers. I guess our little stunt helped some other civic-minded people raise valid concerns about community relations.
Ще й бандити пішли.
Their faces said it all. I was on their side, but how could they know that? If they came through that door, I'd be leaving as a human shield and never leaving at all.
Olha pra aqui! Vambora!
Luckily for me, for once the police arrived just in time. It sounded like all hell was breaking loose.
Полегшили Максу
Whatever
роботу
nonsense
трошки.
De Silva had pulled, it seemed to be working.
Ну, секунду.
Está me achando com cara de babaca? Por favor, eu te fiz uma pergunta, pô! A gente não tinha nada a ver com aquilo. Eu te prometo, cara, tua última chance. Então, nome, eu só sei que teve um apagão, isso é tudo que eu sei. É isso que você quer? Nós vamos morrer. De qualquer maneira, dá certo.
Ти не вмер? Блять. Каску з голови. Ще одне. Ще одне зняття. Я бачу всі умови. Сюди прийти, аби я щось не пропустив. Окей. Що тут? О. Бляха, то я получив тут. Буквально.
It was time to leave this palace before somebody treated me to an extended stay. The last few prisoners were trapped in here, and more pressingly, seemed I was too.
Ти, блядь, гониш. Скільки я раз мав той, в нього, блядь, шаф тулити. Вчасно. Дивися, блядь, ну вони тут заряджені. Там я ще бачу типу. О. Блін, так мало патронів. Це не помогу.
The security switch had to be in that booth.
Треба дробовик. А, в нього теж автомат.
About the only friend I had left in that town. It was Monday's arrest log, as far as I could tell, and no sign of anybody from Nova Esperanza. All those poor bastards have been checked straight into the Imperial Palace Hotel.
Бля, може це тобі взяти. Скільки тут патронів? 44. Блін, магазин 20. Окей,
Either there was a switch to those doors somewhere, or I was in a whole heap of shit.
Puta da puta!
That kid had the right idea. There was no point bouncing bullets off that thing. I decided I'd try to pick up where he left off. And then immediately regretted that decision.
Це що за хуйня? Єба, а це якісь супер пробивні вони. Треба за стіну ховатися. Не збиваю, бачиш? А, це ж, блядь, машина. Бронемашина. Чекати,
Seemed a crying shame to let that RPG go to waste.
Чи, блядь, треба, сука, блядь! Треба його взяти, я думаю. Треба тупо, взяти. РПГ. Я понял, прикол. Ні, блядь, не треба почекати так. Побігти РПГ взяти. Добре, 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 добре. треба когось пульнув би, бля. О, бачу звук. Звук зброї. А чо, блін, два стриги, думаю.
Well, wasn't this nice? The perfect end to a perfect trip. If someone had told me 6 months ago this was where my life was headed, I'd have ordered a double of whatever they were drinking, drunk it, then blown my head off. Any time the prison riot had bought me was starting to run out. I had to keep moving.
Porra, você tá tentando fazer? Quebra as pernas dele! Atira agora!
Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade for amends. Time moves forward, and nothing changes.
Виходить, блін, там же ці автомати слабенькі.
Atira no carro! Taca essa porrada! Caralho! Sangue em Me pegou! Você não passa de um cadáver pra mim!
Дробовик тоже.
Every bastard in the joint must have known I was on the loose by now. I couldn't afford to waste any more
Ще
time.
інша зброя. Мої хілочки, бля. Хреново.
Luckily, I wasn't the only cop with a pill problem.
А, тут ще бігти.
Agora é sua vez! Bora, me dê cobertura! Tô de olho em você, hein?
Добре. Ой, трошки не туди.
Police food, the same crap the world over. But I could reminisce about the old days later. For now, there was more pressing matters to deal with.
Atira nele! Agora! Cobertura, porra! Traga esse traseiro aqui, eu te dou cobertura! Visão!
They'd come from the control room. It looked like the security cameras were still running.
Прогуляємося, бо це зараз може бути. Це якось. О.
Seemed the anti-drug squad had a few habits of its own.
2 з 3. Скільки я буду знаходити по 2 з 3?
It looked like the prisoners were giving them a run for their money. That's what happens when you hand some roided up half-wit a commando uniform with special on the front and let him ride around his hometown in a tank playing soldiers. Sooner or later, someone's gonna decide he's not so special. There were a bunch more in the elevator, tooled up like they were about to roll into Fallujah. And of course, they were headed my way.
Vai em frente, eu te dou guarida! Estou te dando cobertura!
Та бляха. Де він? Я його не вбив? Блін, останніми патронами. вбив.
If the heat was rising, that meant I was getting closer to the source. I had to keep moving.
Блін, у мене вже золотий чомусь. Блін, не сюди, значить. А, ось так.
If there was one thing I learned since being in Sao Paulo, it was that me and the local elevators were not a good mix.
Ой, перепрошую. Бля, йде це він. Блядь, у мене автомат дивився.
Whatever depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer.
А, завести можу. Я думав, зможу. Бля, тут лазерний приціл єбучий. Єбать, а де той приціл єбучий, нахуй? Боже, як з ним хуйово стріляти, та це піздець. Просто жах. Він взагалі не так працює, блядь. Я би сказав... Та він взагалі не працює. Я не розумію. Я не попадаю, я не бачу, блядь. Ні, я нахуй, блядь. Похер, хоч там, блядь, мільйон патронів. Я краще, блядь, візьму вже дробовик, нахуй. Ні, я не буду, блядь, з тою хуйною, блядь, стріляти. Краще вже з пістолета, блядь. Вже хоча б з того, блядь, дебільного прицілу.
I'd killed more cops than cholesterol, and still no sign of Becker. It wasn't the first time it dawned on me I should probably have gone over the plan in more detail, but it was too late for that now.
Так, пошаримося, може ми тут щось знайдемо?
If I didn't hurry, Becker would be long gone.
Ти хто, що тут було?
AUP. Those were the guys who jumped the yacht in Panama. And what was this? Had the Brazilian cops tipped them off about the money?
Копи, значить, тут всі. І так було ясно. Всі продаж. Але тут прям всі-всі.
They had thereby Sao Paulo's own David and Goliath. I'd pinned De Silva as a coward, but he'd risked more than anyone, and he'd never taken a bribe. I still didn't know how I'd gone from drinking myself numb in New Jersey to looting corpses in Brazil. But this was where I was, 5,000 miles from a home I couldn't go back to, on another suicide mission to clean up a mess that wasn't even mine. I'd spent my career dozing off in the briefing room. Now wasn't the time.
Що там було ні одного золотого?
The CS were all but out of
Select.
business in Sao Paulo, and suddenly Becker and Victor looked like local heroes in the war on crime. They'd really gotten their money's worth outsourcing their problems onto me.
Що це?
My old pal Serrano. We'd both been unwitting clowns in this sorry circus. Part of me hoped he'd made it out of that hotel alive.
А чого це він має радіо? Він все одно, блядь, уйобок, оцей чувак. Через нього все одно вбили ту дівчину.
I didn't recognize the guy. Maybe this was the new slum king De Silva had talked about. A throne never stays empty for long. Fame at last. It was no great surprise I'd made Ufe's most wanted list. I hadn't done much to improve the reputation of Americans abroad over the past few weeks, and there they were, my illustrious employers, 3 dead and still every chance I'd go 4 for 4. None of this was gonna look good on the resume. And I was in good company. Howell Passos, sent up north to find a washed-up gringo who would act tough and play dumb. Boy, did he ever deliver.
Ей, чуєш?
Tira esse cara daqui, porra! Essa merda!
It was starting to feel as if I'd never leave that place. Like one of those nightmares where you keep running and running, only to discover you're chasing yourself.
Фонарик, блядь.
Nothing I was gonna find in there could make a difference now. I had all the evidence I needed.
Бля, але дробаша тут можна збирати такої. Бля, є дробовик без фонарика? Це вроді теж був фонарик, так? Та бля. Може тут буде без фонарика. Вибачте, трошки гуляю, тут розтягую. Ігру. О! Оцей без фонарика. Це що мені треба?
Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell and fast. That would have been too easy. This was a waste of time. The doors were all locked. There had to be something else I wasn't seeing. My eyes and throat burned, but at least I could breathe. I was trying to work out what direction I was headed in when I discovered some more Brazilian architecture not designed for the American physique.
Реакція. Ми там така була ми так готувалися. Там була зброярня там була, ми готувалися, я взяв дробовик. Нахіра там, блядь, зброярню, якщо зараз, блядь, в мене забрали цю зброю. Логіка, блядь, де?
There it
Я
was,
всіх
the
перестріляв,
tape from the
потім там
Bronco
зброярню.
security system.
І тут я падаю, все, в мене пропадає дробаш. Нахуй, блядь.
Jesus, it was that guy. I had seen him in the favela. Bachmeyer, Becker's right-hand man. His time would come. Him and Becker.
Краще, що це? Ружки? Ні, це якось.
I'd seen enough. It was time to bring this nightmare to an end.
Vamos, em frente, jogada!
Блядь, ну цей уєбанський приціл. Я не тут пушку вивезу. Один на два.
I couldn't get that tape out of my head. Why had Ufe killed Rodrigo? I wasn't gonna find any answers in the forensics lab. I had to push on.
О, хоча. Ось того дебільного. Тут не так багато патронів можна тут почувати. Макс, а що ти взяв, поміняв собі сам? Він сам ті що захотів, я тобі захотів.
Hey, pal. Nice to see you.
Vai pra casa, gringo de merda!
I don't think we've been properly introduced.
I know who you are.
Then you should have killed me in the office when you had the chance.
There's still time, meu camarada!
Блін.
Ah, não tem como você sobreviver! Sou melhor que você!
З того боку не можу, блядь.
Eu mesmo vou te ensinar! Continue atirando! Continue atirando! Arrebenta com ele!
Puta.
Sigam adiante! Ninguém se mete com a UF!
блядь. Померли так по-тупому, нахуй.
Explodir sua cabeça!
До речі, зелений. Тепер в мене червоний чомусь. Я не знаю, як. Блядь, ці от
Another pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else, something buried deep in the past.
Все набрали на патрончики.
They had their body armor, I had mine.
Так, це якісь супер таблетки, які зупиняють кровотечу.
Rodrigo, Giovanna, Passos, everyone who'd meant anything was gone. Like so many times before, I'd found myself alone, locked on a course of destruction. It was at my worst when I was at my best.
Ще ми сюди зайти не можемо. Просто попало пострілятися. Так, чого не попустив? Ну давай. Це звідки?
Avante em direção à posição! Та ні, пробувка ще нормально патронів. Нормально розвалює. О, ще нормально. Тому що тут нема золотої зброї. Ніде. Або я щось пропускаю.
It felt like I was going around in circles, getting further away from the truth. I had to find my way out of there.
Та бля, тут надо, це дуже близько. А їх багато. Ты пиздец. Опа. Блять. Херню я зробив. Ладно. Ебать, я тут насосался нахуй. Сбоку ще був. Ой, блін. Швидко вставай. Блядь, Макс. Точно, не, что же
Não me mata, não me mata! Caralho, caralho, perdi, perdi! Beleza, perdi!
Окей. Думаєш, коп? Я тебе не вб'ю. Як там тебе виробити?
Any bullets I had left were being saved for someone special.
Я вже думав, що це ти
Becker and
стріляєш.
Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and
Oh, that's
sold it on
good.
the black market. Now I was coming for mine.
А де це він втік? Я чую, як він дихає. Система пошкоджень тут хороша. Так, нічого не пропустилось. О, блін, я так би відчув.
Vamos acabar com essa merda agora! Vamos indo! Se estiver na
Beleza,
mira,
rapaziada, bom trabalho. Só tô esperando a confirmação do outro grupo, mas o gringo já deve estar morto agora.
Senhor, ele não parece estar morto!
Filho da puta, pelo amor de Deus!
E aí, como você está? Ai!
Бля, пісь! А звідки ти взявся, блядь? Піздець, ти звідки зайшов? Блядь, Макс. Я не розумію, чому я в той момент не сидів. Пиздець. Блядь, попередній раз. Я з першої тички, блядь, захуяю. Швидше, вставай.
Vamos voltar! Procure guarida! Ai, chegou a sua vez! Temos mais gente! Fiquem aqui! Eu mesmo vou te enterrar! Defendam essa posição!
Só tem uma lei nessa porra dessa cidade!
Ah, não tem como você sobreviver!
Ai, coragem, caralho! Para aí!
Єбать вас сикуни.
Fica aí na sua, meu!
Vamos! Nos derrotar!
Hey! You Americans love to interfere in things you do not understand.
Oh, I understand plenty, asshole!
How stupid can one man be?
I couldn't get a direct shot. I was gonna have to get creative. It was a waste of bullets. His cover was too good.
На перезаряд.
You were doing so well! You had to go and spoil it! You're even crazier than I thought!
Завалили його.
You should know when to walk away!
Та блядь, і, сука, ти мав, блядь, бути. Наш ти залізеш. Блядь, він мав бути за тим. За тою херньою він взяв заліз, блядь. Блядь, що я
I
втратив?
hope it wasn't worth it!
Пиздец, ну все, убивай мене. Сука, блядь. Та я ж всіх життя на якусь хуйню, блядь.
Atira nele!
Цей.
Why do you think you're not dead already?
Добре, тратив трошки стрілянь.
You don't know when you're lost! Do you even see what a joke you are?
Сука, ти їбать, як нам? Боже, як я довго вбиваю, блядь.
Me dá Vamos voltar, ele
Do
tá
you
no
even
caminho.
know what you're killing for?
Ну, мене ігра пожаліла і дала мені закілочку.
Você não passa do cadáver pra mim.
Просто нравится онлайн. Треба, я знаю.
You shouldn't have listened to that idiot, Da Silva!
Заберемо.
Those ceiling tiles looked kind of loose. It was worth a shot.
You served
Та
your
блять,
purpose!
ну я ж
This
не
is
встиг
my
ти
revenge!
вже.
Tem certeza que quer fazer isso, mano?
Give Rodrigo my regards! Thank you for all the fine work!
Я підсерився. Став стріляти.
This was the passkey to Becker's office. I was close to the end of all this, and I could feel it.
Becker!
Something funny about dying? I felt like the avenging
Zradnik,
angel. I looked like a fat bald dude with a bad temper.
Рятує, то
You
знайде.
disgusting
Виставив
piece
його.
of shit! I know
Машину.
everything!
Not everything, my friend. Let go of him, Max.
На кого я зразу думав.
Huh?
Лесно зробив. Мордою зараз.
There's a good fellow.
Well. Victor, I was wondering when you'd reappear out of whatever slimy hole you live in.
I'd like to just say, Max, I just want to say thank you for all your hard work. For my family. And for
Сім'ї,
cleaning up
та
that
вже
horrible
сім'ї
mess with the
нема.
Crasha Preto for us. You know I'm tough on crime. I give you a bonus, but I think you just frittered it away. Becker, take his gun.
Toma, seu filho da puta!
Стекли зразу втікне.
They had barred the door. My only hope was to chase them down. I knew they'd be leaving town, and my guess is they would try to fly out of here. Rich people love to fly away.
God damn it!
Майже Макс все зробив.
Okay, Max. Now you check the main terminal. I'm gonna go and look for the Bronco plane by the hangar, okay?
Остання глава.
Let's do it.
Я знаю.
You keep an eye out in there. You know Becker's gonna have some guys in there watching out for you.
Yep. So, of course, I knew they were looking for me. But the airport was about the only place a fat gringo might blend in. Well, there or a sex club.
Parado aí! Parado!
My delusions of disguise lasted around 2 seconds. They were out in force. And they were out for me. But then, I was out for them too. Every last one of those bastards. Now that I made it through check-in. Come on, you bastards.
Остання глава.
Evacuando, mano! Evacuando! Vai, vai! Evacuando!
Давай, давай, Макс. Ну, вилазь. Боже, блядь, як, сука, я не можу, блядь, стріляти цим ебучим, блядь. Це піздець. Я цілюсь сюди, воно стріляє туди і блядь. Я б вже нормальну пушку його б 10 раз був. Що це за приціль? Може поміняти. бля, єбать, я краще мене пістолети постріляю, чесно. Єбать, бля, бо це реально, це.
Atirando! Vou mudar de posição! Me dê cobertura! Atire nele! Caralho! Fui atingido! Recuar e recarregar! Ele me pegou! Ah! Seu filho da puta! Vou te matar!
Так прибив. Я не знаю, що це. Блядь. Буде тяжко. Треба в цей момент пройти, бо...
Emergência, vamos! Vai, vai, vai! Parem de atirar! Acertem ele!
Continue atirando! Continue atirando!
звідки ти стріляєш? Не знаю, хто придумав цей лазерний приціл, що це щось прикольне. Це ніхуя не прикольно. Так багато патронів. Стец.
It felt like my vacation was coming to an end. Only I wasn't heading home with a sunburn, a bag full of duty-free, and a dose of VD. I was making a bet that would put me in handcuffs or a body bag.
Та швидко, блять, де коли Макс вже сука, він прям стає реально хет. Що взяти?
These were Becker's guys. Him and
Oh,
Victor
no.
had a private airport to go with their private army and their private jet.
Ну тут має бути щось має бути. Є, може ще якась вилочка, щось таке.
Well, chaos and guns. I might have known you'd turn up.
Sorry. You heading home?
Oh, I am here
Це
to
знов той тип?
pick up my daughter, but I imagine she's stuck on the plane.
Що це за прикол з ним?
What are you up to?
I don't know. Trying to make a difference. Giving back.
Yeah, well, that's what you call it.
Take care.
Yeah.
Блять.
Judgment with a smile. You can't beat it.
О.
Nothing was happening back here. I had to get to where the action was.
Так, чи нам... Ага, ні, неправильно, все-таки сюди.
The doors lead in the direction of the main terminal. The customer restroom. I could get through to the departure gates up ahead. There were UFE all over the airport, and civilians were being moved out. Looking at it one way, shutting down the airport for their escape was a weird sort of compliment, but one I didn't need.
Майже заховався. Блядь, ви звідки?
A gate had opened at the other end of the departure lounge. How to get those things past the TSA?
Бля, одна птичка і мені пиздець. Ну я що казав? Я навіть не побачив звідки по мені стрільно. Тяжко.
not be blown up today.
Haha, mega especial.
Не докинув.
Just perfect. Grenades.
Патронів.
A gate had opened at the other end of the departure lounge.
Давай, давай, Макс. Єс. Добили. Я це все прошу.
Maybe they were in the next terminal. I'd keep looking until Victor sent me a postcard from Miami.
Макс, задихався. Трончика трошки. Збираємо. Все, вже непогано. Велика локація, блін, що тут не буде ніякої золотої зброї.
Something for the nerves.
Може ще десь.
There weren't any other flights clogging up air traffic control. Victor would be clear for takeoff as soon as he was ready.
Doors!
Макс, де? Бачиш. Получилось.
It didn't look like there'd be any trams leaving until the power was on.
А, це типу дробовика. Ні. Треба дальню дистанцію. Патронів сьогодніше мені це не потрібно. Ця пушка мені ідеально підходить. Пробивна сила норм.
It looked like they'd cut the power off in the office at the end of the platform. That was where I'd get it running. I meant to end this how I'd begun it, heavily medicated. It worked. The trams were running again. Maybe they'd take me to my gate. Maybe they'd bring more guys wanting to whack me. Maybe both.
Давай швидше, Макс, швидше, повертай. Yes.
And we were off. I felt like I might be able to recharge for a second. At least until we pulled into the station and met more murderous assholes.
Son of a bitch!
It didn't work out like that. Of course, there'd be a tram full of goons trying to derail me.
Defendo essa posição!
Я це треба робити. Точно це. Макс народу перебив.
It was perfect. Everyone wanted a ticket for the Max Payne Express. I felt like I'd missed out on the joke, and it was a real good one. Come on.
Макс взагалі не думає.
The tram was slowing down, and I'd only just gotten on board. I had to salvage what I could and see what was waiting for me. This was my stop. It had taken me right into the heart of it. Becker's gimps were everywhere, so he and Bronco must be close. The smart move would have been sticking with De Silva and going straight to the hangar, but when was I ever about smart moves? I'm a dumb move guy. Hey Max, we'll drive onto the runway. No thanks, let me walk in the main entrance. I'll put a big shit-eating grin on my face and let these assholes take turns trying to kill me. That's my style, and it's too late in the day to hope for change. Boy, were they throwing numbers at this problem. But then, I'd chosen to be here. I wanted this. Was it redemption? Not really. It was pathetic desperation, and not much else. The further in I got, the more guys I saw. Becker wasn't running a police force. He was running an army. These guys were better trained and better equipped than anyone I'd seen out here. And I'd seen some mean sons of bitches. The mission was screaming suicide, but I didn't give a damn. At least I'd die being a pain in the ass. There the bastards were, sneaking off in their rich kid's toy.
Eu tenho tudo sob controle. Tenha uma boa viagem, senhor.
I ain't got nowhere else to go, Becker!
Max.
Mr. Payne, I believe you had something to say to me. Mate ele! Mate ele agora! Não! 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 Foda-se!
Я не забувати за цього хіра, блядь. Ай, добре, я понял.
Just another gringo trying to impose his will on our world.
Добре. Все, там пиздець.
This was it. It was almost over. So I guess I'd become what they wanted me to be. A killer. Some rent-a-clown with a gun who puts holes in other bad guys. Well, that's what they had paid for, so in the end, that's what they got. Say what you want about Americans, but we understand capitalism. You buy yourself a product and you get what you pay for. And these chumps had paid for some angry gringo without the sensibilities to know right from wrong. Here I was, about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.
І так тут.
in, Max! I'm in, just drive the fucking car! Go!
We had one card left to play.
Just get me close! Look! A squad is coming from the right! Look out! Right! Come on, Max! They're gonna kill us! We need to get past these guys! Insurance ain't gonna cover this! Ay! Shit! That about sums it up! Ah! We need to clear the runway! Of course they have their armored personal vehicle! Eyes front! I'm normally a behind-the-gas kind of cop! Only I've been one of them, too! We're getting hit! If he gets out of the country... Don't worry. That's them! Asshole! Your career's coming down with that plane! Let's get it over with! Ah!
Бачите, теж писали. Так сюди.
Wait, Max! No! Stop! Max! We have what we need on him now. Let him enjoy a trial and a spell in prison. Let him suffer. Trust me.
Добре, не будемо стріляти. Тут буде реально кінець. Докази проти нього є.
You know I'll walk. You'll walk with a limp!
Але їх одно його жену, що не фінансовський. Життя зіпсувати. Це ж просто.
The 55th Battalion of the City Police's Special Forces Unit, who have been implicated in human trafficking, has been disbanded indefinitely. Meanwhile, Victor Bronco, the politician at the center of the scandal, who is accused of laundering money from the scheme to fund his political campaign for mayor, was yesterday found hanged in his police cell. It's not yet clear whether his death was a suicide or simply retribution for his part in a scandal that has so many families missing loved ones that were kidnapped and killed. City officials say a full investigation is underway. Local residents expressed outrage, say they have been let down by both law enforcement and city leaders. And now, your local forecast. Boy, it's dark in some places, but it's sunny everywhere else.
Я її вставив в цю інфу. Тут є моменти і в геймплеї, деколи коли Макс скаже вузький коридор, і ти скачеш, і він типу, ну, не розрахований на це. Ти ступиться, ну, дура, блядь. Ну, це таке. Я їх ставлю, ну, 9. Туди. І сюжет такий, і вісі, кожен день, мені подобається. Там жалко, що стільки часу пройшло, наверное. Вони не зробили другу частину. Це дуже дивно. Дуже. Ну що, ще одну ігру ми пройшли. Дякую за перегляд. Почуємо, побачимось в наступному проходженні якоїсь цікавої ігри.